Hello, this is Shamima Ahmed. Welcome back to my channel again. In this video I will share top 5 techniques of IELTS speaking by which you can increase your band than your expectation. Before starting my main video, that means the tips and techniques of IELTS speaking band increasing, I would like to ensure you that your examiner will judge you based on the 4 criteria. That means based on your fluency, coherence, lexical resources, grammatical ranges and accuracy. But some tips and techniques can uplift your confidence to perform better on those 4 criteria. Think why I just mentioned about part 1, not to use the direct answer or direct word, rather to paraphrase the answer, because it's the beginning. And if you can show and hold your passions and confidence in front of the examiner in the part 1, then your rest exam will be good, because after completion of part 1 you will have 1 minute to think about the cue card topic, and that time you actually overcome the anxiety. It's definite, it's scientifically actually proved, because when we can adapt a situation very smartly, then we can continue for hours and hours. So part 1 is basically so much important, because after finishing part 1 a candidate becomes so much confident or confused according to the performance of part 1. Moreover, the cue card topics and the part 3 are more elaborate and thoughtful answer. So here actually your thinking capability, your elaboration is much important, but the part 1 is the concrete answer, because it's everything about only you, your favorite thing, yourself, your accommodation, your background. So certainly a person know about you. Certainly a person know about thyself, and when he or she is a candidate of IELTS, it's certain to know more and more precisely about him or herself, because it's certain that in the part 1 of IELTS speaking, a candidate will be asked some personal details type question. So before facing your real examination, you might be more aware about your personal details. Number 2, use the complex sentences as far as you can, because by using complex sentences your examination will be more and more good than your expectations. So you can ask me how my examination will be good by using complex sentences. First of all, let me clarify, I don't actually tell that use all the answers in complex sentence. Rather than, my point is that use as far as you can, especially in part 1 and part 3. In part 1, again the main reason as it's the accurate and concrete answers, so you can complete your answer within 1 sentence, but smartly. How it is smart? Because it will improve your grammatical ranges, and if you can use 1 complex sentence accurately, it will improve your grammatical accuracy as well. So 1 criteria is done. The second criteria, when we actually use complex sentence, we can show and express our sense very fast, so that will actually improve your fluency. And the complex sentence has different kind of connectors, and in complex sentence we all know there are 2 clauses, so the coherence actually maintained very well in case of complex sentence. The last thing is lexical resource. In case of complex sentence, the lexical resource also improved. So how? Like I am using first of all 2 simple sentence by joining conjunction and make it as compound sentence. Then I will make same sentence as complex, and I will show how the lexical resource is improved or increased in the complex sentence. Number 3, this point is applicable for who are aiming for speaking 7 to 7.5. I can't actually give the guarantee or focus the people who are aiming for 8 or 8.5 or 9 band. Actually, since my beginning of this channel, I have been telling that my intention or target people are not those who aims for 8 or above. Rather than, I would like to and I would be happy if I can help those people who are struggling between 6 to 6.5 or less. Thus they can actually improve genuinely by watching my video. Let's start the number 3 point for this video. Number 3 is for particularly part 2, that means in cue card. In cue card session, many people can answer the part 1 topics because those are concrete and accurate, and after reviewing the Makkar IELTS book or some other resources, they can actually answer. But in case of part 2, many people become puzzled because it's 2-minute continuous answer. That time they actually try to use different kind of connectors, some high level words according to their opinion. But don't be crazy in case of part 2. In case of part 2, just continue your answer for 2 minutes. So you can ask me how I can continue my word. I can continue my answer for 2 minutes if I cannot think properly or I cannot arrange a story for 2 minutes. First of all, just be definite your answer after having the cue card. Then don't be puzzled to use more and more connectors and so-called high-level words. Rather than be very specific about your answer. The part 2 questions are also definite, like who is he, how you know him, how you feel about him, or if it is an incident, then what's the incident, when did it happen, and how did you feel about it. So try to actually speak to yourself before the real examination, and in the examination just pick the last question and then continue for it. So within first 40 seconds to 50 seconds just complete your all the questions. The question means the parameters in the cue card that was written, what should you say. Then just describe your feeling on the last question very much for 1 minute to 1 minute and 10 seconds. Just speak smoothly and complete your answer. Just don't think about so-called high-level vocabulary. Number 4, and this is applicable for part 3. In case of part 3, don't answer directly. I here don't mean about the paraphrasing. Rather than the answer should not be direct. Rather than you must be in safe position. Like in part 3, the questions are like your thought, your opinion, how do you feel about this scenario of society, this situation, your this hobby, or the people's thought in your country about particular topic, particular issue. In this case, use some useful connectors or the phrases, like if the examiner asks you what do you think about, so you can start like this way. Actually I don't know much about it, but from my point of view. So within this 10 seconds you can think more about your answer. Or frankly speaking, I am not expert on this, but today I would like to mention. So these kind of fillers you can use rather than because the examiner will judge your speaking capability, not your what to say. Number 5, and from my point of view, it is the most important speaking techniques of IELTS, and it is being confident and showing your emotions during your answer. When the examiner will ask you what's your favorite hobby, be happy, because whenever we think about our hobby and leisure activity, we become excited. Hobby is something which you do for your happiness. So during answer you should show the happiness on your face. When the examiner will ask you, describe an accident you experienced, but you say, yes, last year I experienced a horrible accident, it actually won't work. Just say, last year actually I experienced a horrible experience or accident that I can't ever forget. So those kind of I can't actually act properly, but your task is to be you, to show your emotion in front of your examiner. Thus your coherence and confidence will be improved, and you can deliver more and more accurate grammatical ranges, and your lexical resource will be improved automatically. Trust me, those 5 tips are super for IELTS speaking. So bye for now. I will come another day with another new video which will be little bit exceptional from others, and I can guarantee you those are so helpful if you watch my videos. Please subscribe to my channel, at least one person, please and please. Bye bye.